Hello, Mike Welker coming at you with another Canvascast. This time we're looking at the new gradebook, Gradebook 2.0. Canvas has been working on this since 2017, getting beta releases out there and whatnot. And here at North Central, we're going to flip that live so that all courses will be using the new gradebook as of December 16th, 2019. So to get you ready and braced for that, we're going to look at that and walk through some of the new features and some of the different looks. So accessing the gradebook will be the same as always, but again, starting December 16th, when you click on grades, it's going to look a little different. Basics are still here, and that each student by default has their own row, and each assignment has their own column. So something similar, and then to scroll, we can scroll to the right here horizontally, and we've got our total and all that good stuff. But a few different little things. We've got a drop down now for gradebook that we can switch to different views, learning mastery if you've engaged with the outcomes there, or individual view, some different options that you could go into to look at just person by person, student by student. But we can switch back just by going to the drop down and flip back. We can also look at a history of our gradebook from here as well. So lots of different possibilities there. The actions button is very similar now. We just have an import to pull in a spreadsheet to set up your gradebook if you want to do it that way. And then likewise, the export to pull things down at the end of the semester. Now, where things get a little more interesting is under the view area, and I got a few more options here than I have had traditionally under my gradebook. This particularly under arrange by. I can do my assignments by name if I want to arrange my grade columns that way. I can also arrange by due date, oldest to newest, or the other way around. I can also arrange by points. So if I wanted to look at my highest points value assignment to lowest, I could do that. And also, if I'm using modules, I could arrange things for grouping my assignments and how they're shown in which modules, first to last module or last to first. Likewise, I've got some filters where I can filter by just different assignment groups, or here again, if I'm using modules, by particular modules. And for activating any of these, I would just go in and click that, and then I could just drill down if I just wanted to see labs, or if I just wanted to see rebuttals or whatnot. It would just filter things down and allow me to see those. And then to turn that off, I come back to view and filters and turn that off, and whoop, I'm back to my regular gradebook view there with everything. Now I can also view by statuses. So if I just want to see things that are late or that are missing, I could do that and just select those on that. And likewise, I can now include my unpublished assignments, which I could not do before. And that's just to toggle off my view menu in this new gradebook to toggle that on to see unpublished ones versus that. Because in the past, it of course it had to be published for it to appear in here. So we've looked at all that good stuff, pretty straightforward. And again, just entering grades is the same situation there. Just go along and click on a column and away I go. The interesting part is under the gear now in this new gradebook, I'm going to have the ability to automatically apply a grade for missing for submission. So if people are, and this works for submitting things through Canvas, if you're entering assignments on paper or whatnot, this isn't applicable. This is just going to be driven by the due date. So after that due date ticks away, I can set a default policy for how much to take off of that. So for missing submissions, I can have that, and that'll be, in this case, 75% off of whatever the maximum value was. Likewise, I can apply a deduction to late submissions. And again, assignments where they're submitting through Canvas. So I can tack on whatever my policy is, that's per day, per hour, what have you, and then have a floor of how low I can go with that. Likewise, I've got an option basically to extend the mute capability where there's a lag before students will see the grades versus immediately when I put them in. Right now I can mute things and enable that, but now I've got in the new gradebook a way to do that just systemically by default. So then I choose basically when I publish grades I've already entered. And until then, it doesn't trigger any notifications. So there you have it, a quick little peek at that. Will I have all the other functionality I'm still used to in my gradebook? Yes, you will, except for treat graded as 0. That's just always been an odd little function. But if that's something that's important in your grading world, beware that's not going to be available out of the gate in the new gradebook. But they are looking at trying to come up with an equivalent to that down the road. The assignment details is going to come out with the new analytics engine in the early part of 2020. But other than that, the functionality is going to work exactly the same. So that's the brave new world coming to you of the Canvas Gradebook, hopefully designed to be a little more user-friendly and have a little more capability built into it based on what instructors have been asking Canvas for.